I am here in New Orleans, and I am in what today is called Jackson Square. But before it was called Jackson Square, it was the Plaza de Armas. It was a Spanish square. You see, the story of New Orleans is a strange one. It starts with the French establishing a colony here. They established it here because it's at the headwaters of the Mississippi, so they could use this as a port city, and all of the goods and farms up the river would eventually flow down here, and then from New Orleans they could send them anywhere in the world. But they were never able to really make New Orleans or Louisiana a profitable colony, so they ended up selling it to the Spanish. The Spanish then came in, owned it for over 50 years, and helped to establish this as an actual profitable colony. The Spanish, though, end up making a deal with Napoleon where they sell this territory to France, and then they promise, now the French promise never to sell this territory to anyone else again. About 3 weeks later, they end up making a deal selling it to the Americans in 1803. Now Napoleon knew he needed to sell this territory because he had no soldiers here to defend it. He was afraid that the English might take it from him, so he sells it to an enemy of the English, his enemy, and that happened to be the Americans. Thomas Jefferson bought this in 1803 and doubled the size of the country. So once they have Louisiana, America actually ends up fighting a war with England. England thinks this is their opportunity to take back this Louisiana territory. However, in the War of 1812, the last battle of the war is fought here in New Orleans. And this guy right behind me, Andrew Jackson, helped to defend the city of New Orleans. What's crazy is this battle was actually fought after the peace treaty was signed, the Treaty of Ghent was signed, but the people here didn't know it at the time. So the English are bringing over 2,000 troops to try to take New Orleans, one of the biggest ports in America. Andrew Jackson, though, with his cannons and the local people of New Orleans, helped to defeat the British in a stunning victory. Only 50 Americans die throughout the battle, and over 2,000 British soldiers die, making it one of the most successful battles in the War of 1812.